So Tom,
Hello.
interview me.
With the basics.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself in very brief terms.
What can I tell you? I'm Iain Lee. I used to be on the telly. I used to do a programme called the 11 o'clock show. I did a programme called Rise. I've been doing radio for the last 7 years. I'm a dad. I'm nearly 40. That's it. That's my life. When I was a child, I wanted to be, strangely enough, either a policeman. I wanted to be a policeman or an actor. It was one of those two things. I did quite like the idea of being a policeman. It would have been fun. Not fun this week. But then it was an actor, and I kind of tried out at RADA. I went to RADA for an audition, and loads of drama schools and stuff, and I didn't get anywhere because they said I was too young and I should come back in a year. But I failed my A-levels and ended up... I very nearly became a teacher. But I ended up doing getting into a lovely performing arts degree at Middlesex University, where I was training to be an actor. And I also learned to do a bit of stand-up comedy and kind of ended up going off in that direction. While I'm talking to you, I'm arguing with people on Facebook.
He does this a lot, by the way. If you listen to his show, 11 till 1, Monday till Thursdays, on Absolute Radio.
Well, I tell you what's happening here is I've been added, there's lots of groups on Facebook, and I've been added to the Riots, Debate and Solutions. So I've written, stop adding me to your shitty groups. Paul Tyler has said, there is a leave group button on the right-hand side, it's easy to use. I am now replying, I'm going. Stop adding me to your stupid, pointless groups that achieve nothing except for filling my inbox with spam. There we go.
And that is the face of a dedicated man there.
And I'm now leaving this stupid group. I enjoy arguing on the internet. I enjoy it. A lot. I'm shrinking.
Are you shrinking?
Yeah, I am shrinking. I used to be 6'4", and now I'm just under 6'3".
Okay, that's still quite tall.
Well, it's still quite tall, but it's disappointing. I went and had a medical. This was a couple of years ago. I had a medical, and she said, "Right, you're just under 6'3". I went, whoa, no, I'm 6'4". She said, "I'll measure you again," and I was just under 6'3". So God knows what I am now.
Do you feel that sort of, when you were younger, sort of defined who you were or shaped your personality or anything like that?
No.
Not at all?
No. Not really. I mean, I would get in trouble more than other kids, mainly because I was quite naughty, but also because if there's something, you know, if there's a broken window and there are a group of kids and one is standing, you know, head and shoulders above the others, it's always like, you, come here. But I don't buy this, I was bullied so I started being funny kind of thing. I was bullied a little bit, but I was kind of in the middle of the bullying chain, so I was bullied by some like high-class bullies, but then I would do low-class bullying to people below me in the food chain.
Oh, right,
that I'm not proud of at all. I'm terribly ashamed of it.
Do you want to apologise to anybody in particular?
I've apologised to a couple of people actually in real life, and there's a couple of other people I need to apologise to. I have no qualms about going up to people and saying, look, you know what? I fucked up, I'm really sorry. Yeah, about 5-6 years ago, I used to be very angry. I was quite an angry person, and so I would have these rows on the air, and I would genuinely be really annoyed with these people. I keep an eye on the time. I would genuinely be really annoyed with these people, and I would be carrying this anger around with me. Nowadays, if I have an argument on the radio, 9 times out of 10 is kind of an act is maybe too strong a word, but I do like to emphasise that it's a radio show. You know, it's a show, and so what you're hearing is a show. You know, it's not like Tony Blackburn going on and introducing records and you know, it's kind of a character. Would
you say you're any good at the whole improv thing? Because listening to some of your shows, you do seem to rally off each other quite well.
Yeah, improv in this context, yeah. I mean, I couldn't do a, you know, someone gives you a stick and you have to pretend that it's like a lightsaber and all that shit. But yeah, in the context of this show, yes. And I think you have to, because these are my notes in front of me here. As you can see, there is nothing.
Going back to younger, actually.
Yes.
That when you were younger, you were quite an angry person.
Yes.
Do you think you've mellowed out now because of age, or because you've sort of had to mature because, of course, you've got a family?
Lots of different things. Because I'm a dad, that definitely has had a huge impact. Meeting my wife, she is awesome at calming me down and pointing out what is important and what isn't important, and I've kind of learnt stuff from her. Not drinking anymore, getting older, caring less about my career. I used to really be used to fret about my career and be very anxious about it and very bitter about perceiving other people to be more successful than me. And now I'm quite happy with What's
projects
going on?
that you want to get going?
No.
None.
It's all of my eggs are in this basket. This is it. I'm screwed if it goes wrong. I'm tentatively writing a book about being on the radio. So it would start from when I started in Milton Keynes radio and through to XFM and 6 and LBC and then 6 again and then here and bits and pieces on Radio 4. So I'm sort of writing that, but I've not done anything for a couple of weeks. So I need to pull my finger out. There's kind of a little bit more TV work has been happening, you know, small things on This Morning and bits and pieces. So no, we're going for the arty shot.
We're going for the arty shot now.
So no, now is kind of the sort of the time. Where are we now? Mid-August. It runs out of January. Now is sort of the time I would be
panicking, working.
I was having a little panic the other day because we're about to get the house done, and it's kind of dependent on getting another contract. It's one of those things, you know. Who knows what's going to happen? When I went to LBC, it was very exciting because it was mainly listened to. This was how the job was sold to me. The station was mainly listened to by Jewish women who were 65 and plus. And so the audience was...
And that appealed to you?
Well, no, it was literally dying. The audience was literally dying. And so they got me in to try and kind of make it a bit hip and a bit young and get a younger audience in. So I would go in and, you know, do If You Had to Go Gay to Save the World, who would you bum? And we should close all the close all libraries down and turn them into blockbusters, and kids should be allowed to smoke at 13 to build up a tolerance to it. And these women in their 60s and 70s would go mental, and they would phone up and just really lay into me. And gradually, over a period of time, people in like their 30s, their 20s, and even in their teens would latch on that this old woman's station was actually doing something a little bit alternative and a little bit different.
Would you ever consider doing something a bit like, I don't know if it's like Tim Shaw, for example?
What do you mean by what Tim Shaw does?
We know what Tim Shaw does.
Do you know, I never really listened.
Well, he did some pretty stupid things, and he's been sacked from every radio station. Theoretically, according to Wikipedia, I must say that. According to Wikipedia, he's pretty much been sacked from every radio station he's done.
Because I've got a mortgage and a baby now. 6 years ago, when I was at LBC, I would push things further because I wasn't married, I didn't have a baby. Being older and having responsibilities has made me take my foot off of the controversial pedal slightly. I can't afford to get sacked. And I've done all the controversial... Oh, I've got characters and stuff. I can't do that. I can't...
You couldn't be asked, or...?
No, I haven't got the skills to do that. I did years ago try and do characters, but they all looked and sounded like me, you know. So I kind of thought, well, it's easier just to do it as me.